After Lin Tian had eaten enough, he also set off to the island. Lin Tian suddenly felt something when he saw the domineering look. Who is it? Lin Tian shouted, and within a short while, 3 figures came out of the kung fu grass. Who are you? It seems that you are not a child in the village. Stoby, do you know this person? Margaret, I don't know it. Do you know Jafilandora? No, I don't know either. Marguerite, blonde girl, with a green snake on her right shoulder, a brown-haired girl holding a snake stick in her right hand, and a huge brown-haired girl with a sword slung. Upon seeing this, Lin Tian knew where he had arrived. Is this the 9-snake Amazon lily? Lin Tian asked immediately. Yes. Could it be that you are? Stoby immediately pointed his cane at Lin Tian. Stoby, ask first. Margaret also looked at Lin Tian and asked, My child, are you lost where you are from? Upon seeing this, Lin Tian could only follow Margaret's words and say, Oh, yes, I'm lost, please, I'll take it back. Unexpectedly, Margaret instantly believed what Lin Tian said, and she had no recognizing ability. Then let's go together. The woman known as Stoby also lost her guard in an instant. Jafilandola asked, Need help? Lin Tian looked at this huge girl and hurriedly said, No need, I can go by myself. Then Lin Tian followed the 3 women and walked inside the tribe. In a short while, Lin Tian walked into a place similar to a valley, where celestial buildings can be seen everywhere, just like arriving in the quaint ancient capital of the previous life. I heard, there is a kid I haven't seen before. It's weird, it doesn't seem to have a chest. Let's go take a look. If you don't look at it, maybe there will be no chance in the future. The girls around were all interested, and Lin Tian was utterly impenetrable. Wow, he looks so strange. Yeah, I really don't have a chest, it looks tough. His hair color is really rare. Gray hair, muscles all over, so charming. Countless girls are all you and me, and Margaret hurriedly said, Everyone, please let me. This. The child is lost. Maybe there are some problems in his brain, and now I have lost my memory. Has anyone seen him? All the women watched Lin Tian carefully for a long time, but they did not have the impression of Lin Tian. What about Margaret? Jafilandora and Stoby also had no idea and asked one after another. Marguerite thought for a while, and then, go find Belladonna. Maybe she will know what to do. That's right. Give way. But after a while, Lin Tian and Margaret met Belladonna. Belladonna wore a headscarf and black hair, and looked like the doctor of Hydra. Belladonna watched for a long time and said, I haven't seen this person. It looks normal, it doesn't seem to be a brain problem. Lin Tianxin was a little speechless and said, I didn't say that I had a problem with my brain. Grandma Zai is here. While speaking, a person named Granny Zha appeared, with gray hair and wrinkles on his face, holding a blue snake stick in his right hand, and looking at Lin Tian, he fainted for a moment. Mother-in-law, what's wrong with you? Everyone asked. This person is a man. What? Everyone was surprised and speechless. This is a man. I saw it for the first time. Marguerite covered her face and shouted in confusion. 9 Snake Island, men are forbidden to enter. Everyone, get him. Granny Zha shouted. Margaret, Jafilandora, Stocky, get away from that guy. That guy is a man. Granny Zha also immediately reminded that the scared girls all dared not approach Lin Tian. Are men dangerous? Margaret also had a strange feeling when she looked at Lin Tian, and she always felt a little weird in her heart. Of course men are dangerous, Granny Zha immediately said and said, it is especially easy to get a strange disease when approaching a man. It is said that it will kill people. Ah, is it such an exaggeration? All women are far away from Lin Tian. Lin Tian spit out silently, everyone, don't worry, I won't do anything to you. A man can lie. Don't believe him. Granny Zha hurriedly started talking to everyone again. Everyone was shocked, and then there was a big jump back. The snake cane changed its shape one after another, and in a flash, it turned into a bow and arrow aimed at Lin Tian. Sorry. 9 Snake Island prohibits men from entering, but the iron law has been adhered to for hundreds of years. You must be killed for this. A woman wearing makeup looked at Lin Tian and said, Kikyo, can't you just kill him? Jaffrandora. Kikyo shouted, even if you don't kill him now, Lord Snake G will kill him when he comes back. You will be accused of bringing him into the tribe. It is better to cover it for you. Let the arrow. Then the head named Kikyo gave the order, and countless arrows shot at Lin Tian. Countless arrows passed through Lin Tian's body and penetrated into the earth. How can it be? This is a man, even through. Lin Tian naturally used the power of virtuality to avoid the arrows of these 9 snake warriors. I said, you can't make exceptions, Lin Tian also asked with a smile. There can be no exceptions, keep shooting arrows. Kikyo saw that one blow was ineffective, and immediately let everyone start shooting arrows. But Lin Tian was not. The one who was caught with his hands, a teleporting flash appeared behind Kikyo. Sorry. I won't catch it so easily. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, the bellflower flipped directly, and attacked Lin Tian with a sweep of his legs. Haha. Good skill. Lin Tian also directly avoided this sweeping leg. After that, the female soldiers of 9 Snake also continued to attack Lin Tian. Naturally, Lin Tian would not kill this group of 9 snake fighters. Sorry. Just sleep for a while, Overlord. Lin Tian directly exploded the look of the Overlord, but this time under Lin Tian's deliberate control, it did not cause much harm to the girls, but in an instant all the 9 snake soldiers fell to the ground and fell asleep. Let's go shopping in the town. Maybe you will meet the Empress. Lin Tian also planned to stay in 9 Snake for a while. As soon as Lin Tian walked into the town, he heard someone shout. Master Snake Ji is back. Then the bell rang. A huge ship was driving in the sea, heading towards Hydra Island, with 2 huge ferocious sea snakes on the bow. Lin Tian knew that this was Snake Ji's ship, so he was ready to witness Hancock, the beauty of pirate world. At the same time, Lin Tian saw that the Navy's warship was also keeping pace with that ship. Looking at the warship, Lin Tian said, "Are these navies chasing me?" "Go and see." Lin Tian immediately teleported and appeared not far from the 2 ships. "I'm the Lieutenant General Flying Squirrel of the Navy Headquarters, King Qiwuhai, the Pirate Empress, Boya Hancock, come out. I'm here to pick you up. Boya Hancock, did you hear that?" The Lieutenant General also shouted, "Flying Squirrel, the defeated man, has the 9 snakes come again like the original book?" Lin Tian also watched and said to himself, "Unfortunately, Lord Snake Ji will not come out. How many times have I told you? Man, what a tasteless creature. It's been a long time since I saw a man alive. When I see the banner of Hydra, no matter what. Whether it was a pirate or a businessman, he immediately fled in a boat." Sigh ha ha ha, the pirates on the 9 Snake pirate ship said one after another. The Flying Squirrel also said directly, "I have received your reply, saying that I will accept the call immediately, but there is no sign of coming. We will not drag on any longer. This time Shisibukai's mandatory convening is a strict order of the world government. If you refuse, the agreement will not be established, and you will be deprived of the title of Shicibukai. Think about what this means. You, under the banner of the world government, will become ordinary pirates and will be regarded as hostile forces by the world government and the navy." "Did you hear that, Boya Hancock?" shouted the Flying Squirrel. "Also, have you seen the person I was talking about?" Flying Squirrel asked too. "Didn't you say it just now? Haven't you seen the Lin Tian you said?" "Who is that? Who can reach here in the windless zone? This is a nest of sea kings." The pirates on the Empress ship said one after another. Suddenly there were footsteps inside the house, and Lin Tian knew that Hancock was about to come out. Hancock walked out of the hatch, then kicked the cat on the road domineeringly. "Who is it?" throwing the cat on the way the concubine is walking. "I'm really sorry, it's my fault." A pirate on the Empress ship hurriedly apologized. "Be careful next time." The Empress continued walking. "Is it finally out, Boya Hancock?" "Well, the Empress really deserves her reputation." Lin Tian was also secretly observing from the side. Seeing that the Empress walked to the snake's head, and then extended her index finger, the fierce and poisonous sea snake on the bow obediently extended her head to the Navy warship. "Everyone can't take it lightly," Flying Squirrel hurriedly reminded. "The Lieutenant General is right. The opponent is the leader of the monster. I don't know how terrible it is, take it lightly." After that, when the Marines saw Pocock, they were drooling and snotty, staring at them for a second without removing them. "She is the Pirate Empress. I heard that she is a peerless beauty." "That's right. I saw that Hancock was wearing a fiery red skirt with the logo of the 9 snakes painted on it, slender waist, peerless face, jet black hair, superb temperament, and red high heels make her peerless figure more in line with the golden ratio. The earrings are golden snake pendants, as long as a man is resistant. Can't help her temptation. Hancock also has a piebald snake on his left shoulder." Lin Tian looked at it and secretly said, "It really is Hancock, his looks and temperament are all good. The Navy almost lost its combat capability. Have you finally come to pick me up? What a nosy fellow. The answer a few days ago was a lie to you. We won't participate in the Shicibukai conference." The three sisters of Golgang, the third daughter, Boya Marie Grud, and the second daughter, Boya Santa Sonia, spit out the snake letter, and also looked at the flying squirrel. But, I don't want you to deprive me of the title of Shicibukai. Also, you want all the goods on board. Lieutenant General Flying Squirrel gritted his teeth and said angrily, "What stupid you said. You are not a wayward child. Do you think we will agree to such an unreasonable request?" Hancock smiled and watched. Unexpectedly, the Navy has been fascinated and has carried the cargo out. Hurry up. No matter what you are willing to give her. Why did you move the goods out? The Flying Squirrel also said angrily, "Give me a clearer mind. It's not good to just listen to him if you are not careful." The Navy also reacted and put down the cargo in shame. Lin Tian thought, the charm of the Empress is really great. The pirate Lin Tian killed Crocodile and Moonlight Moria in Shicibukai. They snatched the heavenly gold. They also killed the Tinlongren. This time the Shicibukai meeting is to deal with him. He has nothing to do with you. He is deprived of it. The title of Shicibukai still accepts the call. Make a choice here. The time limit is coming. Fight me. Lin Tian also thought. The power of Shicibukai is not enough to deal with our navy. What is the purpose of this? Lin Tian immediately had an unknown premonition. Blue blue blue. The phone worm on Lin Tian rang suddenly. Lin Tian just took out the phone bug and answered it. "Hey, Dragon, what's the matter?" But Long sighed and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lin Tian." Lin Tian immediately asked, "Dragon, tell me, what happened?" "Sorry, Mr. Lin Tian. When the Revolutionary Army evacuated, it was suddenly caught in an ambush by the Navy. The Revolutionary Army suffered countless casualties and tried their best. In the end, one of your partners was robbed by the Navy." Lin Tian also frowned. "Who is it?" Long finally said, "It's Miss Robin. Who can take Robin in your hands?" Lin Tian also changed his tone and asked, "The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The steel bones are empty." After Long finished speaking, Lin Tian understood. It seems that the world government and the Navy have already figured out a complete strategy. In order to prevent the attacks of the four emperors, they even dispatched the commander in charge. That's no wonder. Dragon, my other partners are all right. Lin Tian asked. "The other partners are here, no problem." Long said too. After confirming that the partners had no safety issues, Lin Tian also hung up the phone. At this time, Lin Tian also understood the purpose of Qiwuhai's summoning. This is to publicly execute Robin. Forcibly summon Shicibukai. The Navy is going to get me to the bait. Lin Tian also sneered. "Good, you Navy. Good, you world government. You are desperate to catch my partner, right?" Lin Tian looked at the flying squirrel, just planning to shoot. Tinlongren. When Hancock heard that someone dared to kill the Tinlongren, a little wave appeared in Gu Jingwebo's eyes. "In that case, I can't deal with this person with the Navy. It really suits my appetite to dare to kill the Tinlongren." Hancock looked at the Navy ship, and then said, "How about this? The Navy soldiers who came to meet their concubines encountered an incredible incident at sea. Their bodies turned to stone and the entire army was wiped out." The Navy was shocked. What does she want to do? Don't show the flaws. I have heard that when the ship that was attacked by the Nine-Snake pirate ship was discovered, no one was seen on the ship, only the strange stone statue was installed. The flying squirrel had a bad premonition, but he looked at Hancock and said, "I have said just now, don't want to play a child's temper." Santa Sonia spit out the snake letter and said, "My sister has the worst temper, but everything will be forgiven." Mariglid also said, "Yes, because there are reasons to be forgiven." Hancock suddenly fell into the Navy ship. "Do you want to know the reason? No matter what the concubine is, whether it kicks the kitten, or tears off your ears, or kills, the whole world will forgive me. If you want to ask the reason, yes, because the concubine is too beautiful, that's it." Hancock said solemnly. Afterwards, whether it was the pirates on the Hydra pirates or the naval warships, they all showed their idiots. When Lin Tian saw this, he also chose to observe in silence for a while. "You guys." The flying squirrel persuaded the Navy and found that it didn't help much. Seeing the Empress, her feet spread apart, she smoothed her black hair with her hands, and immediately made a love shape with her hands. The guilt of being infatuated with the concubine body will harden your body, infatuated with Gangfang. The female emperor made a move, and the pink light instantly hit the Navy, who was idiotic on the deck. Countless navies were instantly turned into stone by the Empress's Ganfeng. And the flying squirrel was also sweating profusely. Knelt down on the ground, raised his head and looked at Hancock. "The pirate Empress Hancock, she is really strong." Lin Tian also nodded secretly. Yeah. You deserve to be a lieutenant admiral. That's it. Use pain to eliminate evil thoughts. The Empress also praised the flying squirrel piercing her palm with a navy dagger, but the praise is somewhat ironic. Sure enough, rich experience, but the soldiers are really miserable. Hancock looked at the flying squirrel and said. Flying squirrel looked at his soldier and cursed, a bunch of stupid guys. You are left alone. The Empress looked at the flying squirrel and said. It's different. The flying squirrel was also at the female emperor, and the pain in his right hand made him a little weak. Although forcibly calmed down, the flying squirrel no longer has the power to fight again. Then the pirates of the 9 Snake Pirates rushed to the warship and searched the Navy warships for supplies. Set sail and returned to the calm Amazon Lily. The female emperor gave an energetic command. Yes, Lord Snake G. When Lin Tian saw this, he also appeared on the 9 Snake ship, in front of the Empress, with a teleport. Bold. You are. What kind of person? The surrounding 9 Snake Pirates were shocked when Lin Tian appeared suddenly, so they were ready to take action at any time. The female emperor obviously noticed Lin Tian, gray-haired and black-eyed, although she didn't. I have seen this person, but the young man in front of him gives himself a different feeling. It's a feeling of confidence. The Empress also returned to her senses and asked, Who are you and why are you on my boat? Snake G's sister also looked at Lin Tian, ready to take action at any time. The flying squirrel on the warship saw Lin Tian in shock and said, You are Lin Tian. Flying squirrel is no more familiar with Lin Tian. Before he was promoted to lieutenant general, he fought Lin Tian, but in the end, Lin Tian has fully grown up, and even the Navy headquarters will hold the Shicibukai conference. The purpose is to deal with Lin Tian. Lin Tian's strength has long been deep in the hearts of every Navy. This guy. I really escaped here. I must live to spread the news. The female emperor obviously heard the flying squirrel's exclamation, and looked at Lin Tian and asked, You are Lin Tian? Yes. I am Lin Tian, Hancock. Lin Tian also smiled at Hancock. Infatuated with Ganfeng. Not knowing whether Lin Tian was an enemy or a friend, Hancock directly chose to attack. It's a pity that Lin Tian still looked at Hancock with a smile. No matter how beautiful Hancock is, Lin Tian can't raise evil thoughts, and Lin Tian cultivates swordsmanship. I have already understood Jianshin, so the whole person has already reached the point of calmness. How can he be tempted by beauty? But Hancock still feels beautiful when viewed from such a close distance. The pink light wave enveloped Lin Tian, but it was ineffective, and Hancock was also taken aback. How can anyone be immune to the attacks of the older sister? Could it be that he is not a man? All the pirates all guessed, making Lin Tian couldn't help but vomit. Can resist my obsession with Ganfeng. At this time, Hancock's attack failed for the first time, and he asked in shock, How is it possible? Lin Tian, what is your purpose? Afterwards, he was about to continue his attack, and Lin Tian hurriedly waved his hand and said, I have no malice, Hancock. But how could Hancock listen to Lin Tian's words easily, and he also continued directly, infatuated with Gangfeng. Another pink light hit Lin Tian, and Lin Tian remained motionless, resisting the attack abruptly. The people around were shocked again. Why is there no petrochemical? Don't you have the slightest enthusiasm for me? There won't be such a ridiculous thing. Sister, your beauty, both men and women, young and old, will be fascinated. Maybe his fear of death is above evil thoughts. What a lucky and sad man. The second women are guessing. If you say that you are not tempted, it is false. But even if Lin Tian is tempted, he will not be petrified by the female emperor. It is because Lin Tian has too many powerful female emperors. Then try this trick. Kiss the gun. After that, Hancock also blew a kiss, and then attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian saw that the domineering look had already predicted Hancock's attack, and then he dodged directly. Then Lin Tian looked at Hancock and said, Oh, Hancock, can't you just listen to me honestly? I just killed the celestial dragon. Can't I have a good talk with you? Under Lin Tian's careful and deliberate reminder, the Empress finally stopped her attack. Shocked and asked, You are Lin Tian who killed the Tinlongren? Yes, it's me. Lin Tian knew that Hancock had understood what he meant. That's it. You are the man the Navy wants to deal with. Hancock also finally calmed down, looking at Lin Tian and asked. You actually killed the Tinlongren, although reckless, but I have to say, the concubine also admires you, and you can live to this day. It's really not easy. In other words, just take you. I need to participate in the Shicibukai conference, and I will still have the title of Shicibukai. Hancock also looked at Lin Tian, not knowing what he was thinking. Oh, Even if you know that I killed the celestial dragon, you still have to choose to be my enemy. Lin Tian was puzzled. Why? Lin Tian was also interested and asked. Hancock didn't say anything else that he was obsessed with Ganfeng and attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian did not move, and his obsession with Ganfeng still failed. When Hancock saw this, he was lost and covered his face. Sister, cheer up. Sundarthonia comforted, because I can't understand it. How could it be possible? How could there be such a thing? How could there be a man who wouldn't bow down under my pomegranate skirt? The concubine body cannot tolerate the existence of that man. So Mary growled, Sandasonia, take off that man's head. Hancock ordered. The female emperor then comforted herself. No matter what the concubine body does, she will be forgiven, if you have to ask why. Yes. It's because the concubine body is so beautiful. Then Mary growled and Sandasonia forced Lin Tian in the middle of the deck of the 9 snakes and pirates. And Mary growled and Sandasonia are also capable of directly spurring the devil fruit. Both of them turned into 2 huge snakes. Lin Tian stood with Snake Sisters alone, looking insignificant, but Lin Tian didn't pay attention to Snake Sisters at all. Snake fruit. King Cobra form in snake fruit. Python form hasn't gained awakening points for a long time. Let us use you to level up. Lin Tian watched this unavoidable battle approaching, and he was also emotional. Wow, haha. Look at his seriousness, it's funny. Does he want to bring down Snake Sisters? It's really whimsical. Lin Tian was motionless, but he was snickering at the ignorant pirates around him. Come on. Mary growled, Sandasonia kills the man in front of me. I have committed a crime of insulting me. The Empress also said mercilessly. Mariglid directly brandished her weapon and smashed it at Lin Tian. Look at the move, see the move, see the move. Mariglid kept waving his weapon, but couldn't touch Lin Tian at all. Your attack is too slow. Lin Tian can do it almost without seeing, hearing and color, perfect dodge. This guy has 2 tricks, Mary growled thought in her heart. Kill him. Lord Mary Gruder. The pirates around cheered, no one believed that Lin Tian would survive. Suddenly Mary growled began to spit out venom, and Lin Tian also avoided. The venom fell on the deck and directly corroded the wood on the deck. It's too cunning. Mary, you're there by yourself, I'll be happy too. Then Sundarthonia also joined the battle, Snake Guanding. Sundarthonia directly slammed his own snake body at Lin Tian. Lin Tian naturally avoided it easily. The snake hit the deck of the 9 snake ship and was smashed out of a pit. The power is not bad, Lin Tian praised when he saw it. It turned out that Sundarthonia had entangled domineering on his body, so he attacked. Strength has been improved. You guy is going to hide like this forever. Sandasonia said disdainfully. Oh, you can see and smell sex, not bad. Lin Tian also praised. Can dodge my attack. It seems that you have had 2 chances too. Sundarthonia also looked at Lin Tian, facing a bit squarely. Snake. Marigruder's attack also attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian had foreseen Marie Groud's attack a long time ago, but he didn't resist it. The armed and domineering immediately gathered at the place where Mary Groud attacked. Boom. Mary Groud hit Lin Tian, but there was a metal sound. How can it be? He can be armed and domineering. Only with his arms and domineering, he was able to withstand the attack of Master Marigruder. The pirates around were also shocked, and even the Empress was taken aback. Then exaggeratedly said, so annoying, Mary Groud and Sandasonia were also facing Lin Tian squarely at this time. Said, you fellow, you have hidden your strength. Fight with all your strength. Mary Groud, Sandasonia also got serious. The guy in front of you has not only mastered the armed and domineering. Seeing him easily dodge our attack, he must also have mastered the domineering and domineering. In that case, then use a move that he foresaw and can't defend it. Mary Groud and Sandasonia looked at each other, and then they attacked Lin Angel. Lin Tian smiled and looked at the 2 women. Gu Jingwubo's eyes showed the breath of the king. Venom. Lin Tian dodged in an instant, but the venom caused a burst of poisonous gas. Lin Tian frowned and directly used his feet, and a burst of vacuum instantly attacked Marie Groud. The vacuum wave generated by the foot of the mist instantly blows away the poisonous gas. Sundarthonia was also pressing on every step of the way. Her hair directly turned into a terrifying snake form, and then attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian avoided all the attacks like teleporting. Why? I can't catch up with this guy. Although Sundarthonia used the domineering vision and color to predict Lin Tian's actions, he could not be named Lin Tian. Lin Tian continued not to make any attacks, and looked at Marigrud and Sandasonia with a smile. This guy. The speed is so fast, can't hit him at all. It was the first time for Snake Sisters to encounter such a tricky enemy, and let them attack. Lin Tian easily avoided it. Mary growled, "What the hell are you playing, Sandasonia? Get rid of him quickly." The Empress also urged with an unhappy face. Sister, elder sister and two daughters both looked at Snake Ji in fear. "I'm sorry, elder sister. I will get rid of him." Snake hair possessed. Yuki Orochi, snake hair possessed, flame snake god. The second daughter also didn't dare to waste any more time, completely stimulating her own fruit ability and transformed herself. Both the Yachi Orochi and the flame snake god exploded with amazing auras. "I will never let you run away, take it." The two girls tried their best to attack Lin Tian. Lin Tian raised his head and smiled and said an unbelievable sentence. "Is that all the strength? All strength is like this?" Lin Tian also looked at the Snake Sisters with a smile. Sister Snake was furious and attacked Lin Tian with all her strength. "Come on." Lord Mary growled, "Lord Sandasonia." When Lin Tian saw the attack of the two girls coming, he also said directly, "I thought how strong it is, feel my overlord look." As soon as Lin Tian's words fell, his own overlord color was directly exposed. Lin Tian's overlord color was easily retracted, and all the fish on the nine-snake pirate ship fainted. This is. Hancock was also shocked. Overlord looked domineering. How could it be possible? He actually has the domineering dominance that only one person in a million people like his concubine has. The female emperor felt this terrifying coercion, and was shocked to find that she actually felt like she wanted to worship. What's going on? This overlord looks domineering. It's too powerful. Even the concubine has to do its best to resist. The female emperor was also panting again and again, resisting Lin Tian's super dominant appearance, and obviously also unable to do other actions. Mary growled. Sandasonia also panicked for a moment. Although they are stronger than the average 9 snakes and pirates, they are still a little overwhelmed by Lin Tian's domineering look. In an instant, the second daughter fell to the ground and could not move. Looking at the uncomfortable looks of the two, Lin Tian also said, "With your strength, you can carry my overlord without fainting. You are already one of the strong." The flying squirrel on the warship was also shocked, and he was immobilized by Lin Tian's overlord color over such a distance, let alone the closest snake sister. "What do you want? People who kill my sister won't let you go." Even though Mary growled and Sandasonia fell to the ground, they tried their best to talk. Lin Tian shook his head and smiled and said, "Don't worry, I never said I would kill you. I just want to have a good talk with Hancock." Lin Tian turned his head and looked at the flying squirrel on the warship not far away, and then increased the overlord color. In an instant, the flying squirrel lost consciousness and collapsed on the warship and passed out. Then Lin Tian relieved his domineering look and looked at Hancock, who had finally recovered. Lin Tian said, "Hancock, now I can always see that I am not malicious." Hancock forcibly suppressed the shock and fear in his heart, looked at Lin Tian and said, "What do you want to say to your concubine?" Lin Tian smiled and said, "I'm sorry, I fainted your subordinates, but for the sake of our conversation, only the three of you can hear me. I have to do this." "What do you mean?" The female emperor immediately felt a little bad. "The two snake sisters are also you. Look at me and I look at you. I don't know what to say." "You know all three of us." Cook also had some bad feelings, and then asked. Lin Tian said, "Don't worry, no one knows except me, and you all fainted." "Oh. Go ahead. Listen to my concubine," the emperor said helplessly. Lin Tian said, "I need me a favor, and I will do you a favor, and it will be a good thing for you, even for the three of you." Mary growled. Sandasonia also warned after hearing this, there shouldn't be any conspiracy. "My sister, you have to be careful. The concubine has her own opinion." The female emperor said domineeringly, then looked at Lin Tian and said, "Tell me." Lin Tian said, "In that case, I will just say it. I killed the Dragonites in the Chambord Islands. The Navy sent three generals and countless high-ranking generals to surround and kill me. For the safety of my companions, I first sent them away. I came here without knowing it." Hancock said that he would listen carefully. But his heart was extremely shocked. This guy can actually fight the high-end combat power of the entire Navy by himself. The strength is really terrifying. Lin Tian didn't think so much and continued. "Then I saw your negotiation with the Navy. After listening for a long time, I learned that one of my partners was taken away by the Navy. So it is obvious that in order to lead me to rescue, the Navy plans to publicly execute my partner. Therefore, it is mandatory to convene Shicibukai and plan to open the Shicibukai meeting. If the guess is correct, they are ready to go to Marin Fando together to discuss how to deal with me. So that's the case, then what do you need your concubine to do and what can you do for us? The female emperor also asked directly. Lin Tian smiled and said, Hancock, what I need your help is very simple. I agree to the call of Shicibukai and send me directly to the navy. What? Are you crazy? Mary Groud was speechless for a while. Although it has nothing to do with us, but you are too idiot to do this. Sandasonia also said directly. The female emperor was silent for a long time, not knowing what she was thinking. The concubine doesn't know what you mean by doing this, but you can think about it. Then what can you do for us? The female emperor was also interested, and asked. Lin Tian said, I can help you eliminate the hoof of the Tianxiang dragon. What? This guy? The three sisters looked at Lin Tian in surprise. Don't be surprised. Didn't you all already know that I know what's on your back? Lin Tian said, Nonsense, of course we know. We are just surprised, can you really remove that imprint on us? Mary Groud, Sandasonia also said incredulously. At this time, the Empress was silent, and finally looked at Lin Tian uncertainly and asked, Lin Tian, what you said did not deceive the concubine. Lin Tian also confidently said, Don't worry, as long as you can agree to my request, I will definitely help you eliminate it. I always say it is true, absolutely sure. Looking at Lin Tian's self-confidence, the three sisters Boya Marie Groud, Boya Sonda Sonia, and Boya Hancock were also convinced by 80%. The concubine believes in you. When Hancock looked at Lin Tian, he also suddenly developed a good feeling. Slaying the dragons, and dare to break into the Navy headquarters alone in order to save your partners. Such a man. I have never seen it. Hancock also blushed unconsciously when he looked at Lin Tian. Since Lin Tian is like that, my concubine and two younger sisters will go back to Nine Snake Island with you, and make preparations. Hancock's face instantly turned red after speaking. What's wrong with me? Hancock felt that something was wrong with him today, so he focused his attention on the powerful gray-haired young man in front of him. Let's go. In the end, the Hydra ship entered the island of Hydra. The Nine Snake pirate ship entered Nine Snake Island, and the three Hancock sisters and Lin Tian also entered the Nine Snake Palace. Master Snake G, you are back. Go and arrange bathwater. Hurry up and tell everyone this news. When the female emperor returned to Nine Snake Island, she naturally received an unprecedented welcome. However, Lin Tian was criticized by the Nine Snake warrior beside the empress. Is that a man? Sure enough, Lord Snake G has caught a man back. It turned out to be a man. I have never seen this man. The women around were all talking about it, and the empress replied domineeringly, You guys, shut your mouth. This is a distinguished guest of concubine body. Don't make irresponsible remarks. Then the group of women were instantly attracted by the domineering and beauty of the female emperor, and they all became idiotics and said, Wow, Lord Snake G, it's so beautiful. Yes, Lord Snake G is right in everything, because Lord Snake G, it's so beautiful. Listening to the words of her own people, the empress's complexion only improved. Sorry Mr. Lin, let's go on, Hancock blushed and said. Then the trio 3 finally entered the town. Seeing everyone in the town fainted, the empress was also surprised. Master Snake G. The big thing is not good, a man appeared in Nine Snake just now. The fighters who attacked our tribe, they are still dizzy. The female emperor frowned upon hearing this. Who is it? Dare to be so bold. Lin Tian looked at the female soldier and asked, You describe that person. The man has gray hair and black eyes. He is very strong and does not seem to have a chest. The Nine Snake female warrior replied, Oh, does that person look like me? Lin Tian smiled in his heart and asked, Ah, you are. The female soldier finally discovered that Lin Tian in front of her was the man who attacked the Nine Snake. The female emperor looked at Lin Tian, and naturally knew that it was Lin Tian's hand. Needless to say, the concubine knows it all. They are not in danger, go down. The female emperor was a little impatient in her words, so she drove the female soldier off. But don't you listen to what Master Snake G said. This is our distinguished guest of Nine Snake Island. Seeing this, the Snake Sisters was also the speechless female warrior, and said hurriedly. Hancock raised her entire upper body, and the female warrior said, The concubine body said it. This. Mr. Lin Tian is our honorable guest of Nine Snake. What I said is not good. Master Snake G, please calm down, Snake. Sorry, I will withdraw. The Nine Snake female warrior finally retreated. Hancock looked at Lin Tian Yihong and said, Let's go to the palace. Fulfill your promise. After that, Lin Tian and Hancock entered Hancock, the private bedroom. Lin Tian smelled a scent as soon as he entered the door. With the intoxicating fragrance, Lin Tian raised his head and looked at the beautiful Hancock. He couldn't help but said, "Hancock, you are really beautiful." Hancock immediately covered his face as if he had lost his heart, and thought. He actually said, "I'm pretty. What should I do and what should I do?" Lin Tian also found it a little interesting to look at Hancock. "Hancock, next, you turn your back to me, take off your clothes." Lin Tian said. "Oh, he actually let me undress, he is so direct." Hancock suddenly fell into self-delusion. Fortunately, Lin Tian worked hard to bring Hankook back to reality. Hancock finally turned his back to Lin Tian and took off his clothes. Although Hancock had his back to Lin Tian couldn't help but burst into blood. "Oh, the figure of the Empress is really good. I think about this. I still want to save my partner. I don't mind these, but the Empress is really Tai Chi with her smooth jade-like skin and her cheeky face. There is also a figure that makes every woman envious of the devil. It won't be tempted without a man." Lin Tian also desperately restrained his desires. "Ah, Lin Tian. I'm really embarrassed about my concubine body. Do you want to keep looking at your concubine body like this?" The Empress also reminded shyly. Lin Tian just reacted and said, "I'm sorry, it's so beautiful." I saw Hancock a little bit fascinated, but he didn't blame Lin Tian and said, "It doesn't matter if it's you can look at it whatever you want. To eliminate your Tianxiang dragon's hoof." Lin Tian also resisted his lust and put his hand directly on Hancock's back. Looking at the eyes of the Tianxiang dragon's hoof, Lin Tian directly urged his various abilities. What? The Empress didn't hold back the pain, immediately. With a breathless sound, Lin Tian was embarrassed for a while. "Sorry, concubine didn't hold back the pain," the female emperor said apologetically. It's okay, it will indeed hurt. I have to remove the imprint on your skin first." Then Lin Tian also urged his various abilities to remove the imprint behind the Empress, and then took out Freud's past. A special healing medicine was applied. Suddenly, the Empress felt a cold and transparent feeling on her back. Eliminated. Lin Tian also looked at the back of the newly born Empress and couldn't help but admire. Blowing can be broken. Now that there is no branding, it becomes extremely perfect. In this way, no one will know your past. Lin Tian finally got rid of the hooves of the Tianxiang dragon. The Empress looked in the mirror for a long time, and found that the brand had really disappeared, and she was shocked and excited to say to Lin Tian. "Really eliminated, thank you, Lin Tian." The female emperor couldn't conceal her inner excitement, and suddenly she gave a hug and hugged Lin Tian. Lin Tian's heart was also surging for a while. Lin Tian loosened. The Empress in her arms gently raised her chin with his hands. The Empress also looked at Lin Tian affectionately, and said, Lin Tian, Master Lin Tian, also kissed it unknowingly, and the Empress did not refuse, blushing at a loss. After a while, Sister Boya came to the female emperor's bedroom, and when she saw the female emperor again, she was shocked. The elder sister, who was aloof, turned into a little bird and leaned into her, holding Lin Tian's hand affectionately. The two are like young people who have just fallen in love, which did not shock the two snake sisters. You two snake sisters don't know what to say for a while. As you can see, Hancock is already my woman. Lin Tian also looked at the two snake sisters and said, "What? This is impossible." The two snake sisters looked at Lin Tian and then looked at the appearance of the Empress. They didn't know what to say, so they had to ask. "My sister, is this true? You really are with this guy?" "That's right. The concubine body has been married to Lin Tian. From now on," he said to the east, "the concubine body will go east." He said to the west, "The concubine body will go west. All of you must respect me as if respect him." The female emperor is still that domineering, and her little bird Yiren will only show it when she is with Lin Tiankai. "Stop getting angry, my sister. We know." The two snake sisters looked at their future brother-in-law, and they didn't know what to say. At this time, a figure suddenly appeared, and Lin Tian saw that this person turned out to be Granny Zha. You are Lin Tian. Killed the Tinlongren in the shampoo 1 day ago. He actually appeared here 1 day later. You can escape from the Navy's most advanced combat power. You are really full of mysteries. You who made the whole world uproar. What is your purpose? Granny Zha also watched Lin Tian's warning and said. The female emperor touched her head, looked at Lin Tian and said, "Lin Tian, I'm sorry. I even shot you before because I didn't expect that there would be such a big fool in this world who challenged the sky regardless of the danger of life. People like you didn't expect it to be true. Kill the Tianlongren. Lin Tian touched Hancock's head and said, yeah, Tianlong people, it's just a bunch of trash with background. Kill one when you meet one. It doesn't matter. But you are the Emperor of Amazon Lily, for the safety of this place. Naturally, we have to take the overall situation into consideration. Granny Zai almost didn't get scared to death when she watched the scene in front of her. You and Hancock, Granny Zai. Lin Tian is my husband. The female emperor said domineeringly. Granny Zai shook her head, but finally did not speak. This young relationship develops quickly. Next, Lin Tian also eliminated the 2 Tianxiang dragon hoofs, and then Lin Tian asked Hancock. Hancock, your brand has been completely removed by me, and no one will ever know. You were once slaves. Thank you. The 2 snake sisters also looked at Lin Tian excitedly and said. Yes, it's all a family, Lin Tian also said with a smile. Hancock, do you remember what I told you before? Lin Tian asked. Husband, what are you talking about? It's about dedicating me to the Navy, Lin Tian also replied. Husband, are you serious? Let me dedicate you to the Navy. Hancock asked puzzledly. You dedicate me to the Navy. In this way, your 7 will be kept, and the 9 snakes will be safe, and my purpose is to rescue my partner. Don't worry, I will be fine. Lin Tian said confidently that the Empress was also shocked by Lin Tian's momentum. Seeing his husband so angry, Hancock also said, I believe you, husband, then when do you plan to leave? It's not too late. You give me directly to that. Lieutenant General called Flying Squirrel. Let's set off together to Malin Vander. Out of confidence in Lin Tian, the Empress finally agreed to Lin Tian's request. The Flying Squirrel on the warship finally woke up, but he saw the pirate Empress of Shicibukai standing beside him, waiting. The Flying Squirrel hurriedly said, Boya Hancock, what do you want to do? Hancock said with a smile, Lieutenant General, didn't you want to invite me to the Shicibukai conference? Oh, so, did you accept it? Flying Squirrel was also a little surprised, but she didn't expect the Empress's attitude to change so quickly. Then save my subordinates. Flying Squirrel looked at his ineffective subordinates and asked helplessly. The female emperor also lifted these petrified seamen from the petrified state. As soon as the seamen were lifted from petrification, they looked at the Empress and drooled and said, wow. The Empress, it's so beautiful, my God, peerless beauty. Enough. Lieutenant General Flying Squirrel also reprimanded with a headache. By the way, Lieutenant General, I not only agreed to participate in this mandatory call, I also gave the Navy an unexpected gift. Hancock also said with mystery, tell me a big gift. I caught it. Lin Tian, the god of death you were looking for. Ah, is this true? The Flying Squirrel was also shocked. Lin Tian walked out from behind Hancock expressionlessly, with Heilushi's handcuffs in his hands, looking desperate. Flying Squirrel looked at Lin Tian and laughed after he was sure that this was Lin Tian. Haha. This is really great, Hancock. I didn't expect you to really give such a big gift. This is really great. Lin Tian was caught by us. Do you have any requests? The Flying Squirrel asked. Hancock thought for a while and said, my request is very simple, don't treat him badly on the road, and then we will go to Malin Vando. The Flying Squirrel thought for a while and said, it's okay, we were going to Malin Vander. Since the Empress, you have reined in, I will report the truth to the Marshal as well. The Flying Squirrel resisted the excitement in his heart and checked the authenticity of Heilushi. Finally, he confirmed that Lin Tian would not run away. Only then did he excitedly call the Navy headquarters. Hey, Marshal, I'm Lieutenant General Flying Squirrel. What's the matter, is the Empress here? The Empress is here, and all her pirate groups are here? It looks like you did a good job this time. It's not that you shouldn't have bad news for me again. If you dare to say bad news, I will go crazy. The Sengoku was also a little nervous when he was killed by the recent Tianlongren. The Flying Squirrel took a breath and finally said, I have good news, great news. Hurry up. If there is any good news, don't you say that Lin Tian was caught by you. The Marshal also said irritably, Marshal, how did you know? How could I know? Sengoku also suspected that flying squirrels were crazy. Did you get nervous like me lately, and have hallucinations? You said you caught Lin Tian, don't laugh at me. Obviously, the Sengoku did not believe that Lin Tian would be caught by the flying squirrel. The flying squirrel wiped his sweat and said, Marshal, it is true. Lin Tian has been caught now. It is not me who caught him, but the pirate empress, Boya Hancock. What? The flying squirrel explained it for a long time before the Sengoku finally believed this fact. It's really strange. according to Lin Tian's strength, shouldn't be caught by the Empress. Flying Squirrel explained on the side. The female Emperor's ability is very troublesome. It is estimated that the guy Lin Tian was caught by carelessness. Sengoku thought for a while and said, well, if that's the case, then you and the Pirate Empress will take Lin Tian into custody. Don't let him run away. Take care. Suppress Lin Tian to Malin Ford immediately. No mistake. Yes, Marshal. Flying Squirrel also looked at Lin Tian cautiously. But Lin Tian was expressionless, raised his head and looked at the Flying Squirrel, then smiled again and said, Lieutenant General Flying Squirrel, we meet again. Lin Tian. Unexpectedly you can still laugh. I admit that you are really amazing, but in the end you became a prisoner of our navy. The Flying Squirrel said triumphantly, unexpectedly, I caught a big fish this time. I'm really lucky. Shut up. Your concubine doesn't allow you to say that to him. The female emperor directly returned domineering, and felt that she shouldn't say that from her current position, so she added, if it weren't for me, it seems unlikely that Lin Tian would be stopped by your ability alone. The Flying Squirrel also said, Empress, what you said seems to be correct, so I also want to thank you. Boat. Let's go to Malin Vatican now, the Flying Squirrel ordered. Although Lin Tian was locked by Heilushi's handcuffs, he still had to know that Heilushi was of no use to Lin Tian. Lin Tian wanted to struggle and could struggle away at any time. This time, it's going to be a big trouble, Lin Tian also said in his heart. As a prisoner of the navy, Lin Tian was treated fairly well. He had a separate room, which was also specially requested by the Empress. The Flying Squirrel saw Lin Tian being locked by the Heilushi, and the Shanghai soldiers were at the door. The Flying Squirrel didn't believe that Lin Tian would escape. Husband. You have suffered. The female emperor sneaked in, looking at Lin Tian, she couldn't bear it. It's okay. It's not very far from Marin Vando, it will be here soon. Lin Tian said indifferently. Husband, do you really have a way to get out? The female emperor still asked uneasy. Hankook, don't worry. I came prepared. Don't you believe me? Lin Tian asked back. Of course I believe you. Hancock also said with a reddish face. Lin Tian took Hancock into his arms, enjoying the tranquility before the storm. But in one day, the warship sailed into the square of Marin Vander. After getting off the ship, Lin Tian saw the densely packed naval station neat and tidy. It looks like it is welcoming the chief, but all the navy faces are fierce. Standing in the front row are the admiral of the navy, Sengoku, and behind Sengoku are the three navy generals, the Yellow Ape, the Akainu, and the Aokiji. In addition, there are the naval hero Kapu, the recruit training chief instructor, and the former General Black Wrist Zephyr. Looking around, there are also the chief of staff Crane, each lieutenant general, and countless major generals. There are also a group of people who Lin Tian is familiar with. What a big battle. The generals of the headquarters are here. Hancock also sighed. Sorry, Empress, Lin Tian will hand it over next. When the Flying Squirrel saw this, he also reminded him. Lin Tian was also obedient, and went to Sengoku. Halfway through the walk, he looked back at Hancock and winked. Hancock understood, and followed the leading general, and walked to the other side. Lin Tian, it really is you, Sengoku. Lin Tian also said solemnly. The surrounding atmosphere became very heavy, because not long ago, the Navy had just held a funeral for ghost spiders and T-Dolphin. All the Navy stared at Lin Tian as if staring at the dead. However, Lin Tian was not at all nervous. He raised his head and stared at Sengoku and said, Sengoku, where is Robin? I knew you would ask her. Sengoku also frowned. Take care of yourself first, the Sengoku bluntly said. Lin Tian laughed and said, Marshal of the Sengoku, with the Flying Squirrel. The defeated general, how do you think he escorted me here? What do you mean? Sengoku frowned. I mean, I was arrested voluntarily by Malin Vander. Lin Tianxi didn't fear everyone around him, and seemed a little swollen. The generals can't stand it anymore. Lin Tian, you fellow. The Akainu was almost going to kill Lin Tian directly. Even if you are caught, are you so confident? The Aokiji also frowned, and he seemed to have some vague premonitions. Kizaru said, what a terrible guy. I escaped time and time again. Is it possible that this time I really took the initiative to send it to the door? Sengoku directly said, even if you say it, what is your purpose? Is it possible that you want to destroy the entire Navy headquarters? The heart of the war was a little panicked. He didn't know how strong Lin Tian was in front of him. He only knew that the three major generals encircled and suppressed this person. However, Lin Tian had thrown himself into the trap, and he really didn't know what medicine Lin Tian was selling in the gourd. What do you want? Lin Tian, Sengoku also asked eagerly. Marshal of Sengoku, why did I throw myself into the trap, don't you know in your heart? Lin Tian asked back, but the smile on his face disappeared. Is it for Nicole Robin, son of the devil? The Sengoku also suddenly realized that Lin Tian seemed to be a guy who cherished his companions extremely. You are here for her. Haha, yes, but even so, it's impossible for me to give Robin to you. What do you do as a navy? Sengoku was also a little angry. The surrounding navies were also ready to beat Lin Tian into a hornet's nest with their rifles. Lin Tian shook his head and said, I don't want you to give Robin to me, but I want to change one life for another. So you know, exchange hostages, I should be more important to you than Robin. Pluto design drawing, Pluto, pirates, balance of the sea, revolutionary army, world government, think about my influence, it's Robin's. Lin Tian said with a smile, isn't this a good deal? Lin Tian's remarks almost made people unresponsive. Only one man with blonde hair, sunglasses and pink flamingo smiled. Hey, this guy, it's really interesting. I have seen someone negotiate, and I haven't seen anyone exchange their own lives for someone else's. The Navy also felt that they had heard it wrong. This guy, what the hell do you think? Are you kidding us? The three generals were also angry. What do you think? What do you consider the justice of the Navy? Is this guy crazy? Countless generals are slightly angry. Sorry. I understand what you mean, but forgive me for not accepting it. Whether you took the initiative to capture it or was caught by us, now that you have arrived at Malin Vatican, you don't want to leave. Sengoku's face also became cold. Anyone familiar with Sengoku knows that the marshal was already angry at this time. Everyone is ready to go, and they are ready to do their best to overcome the forest sky. However, Lin Tian ignored the heroes and said arrogantly and indifferently, Marshal of Sengoku, you seem to be too confident. Do you think that you can lock me with the handcuffs of just a few halushi? Do you think you can lock me with a mere chain? Do you think that the district navy headquarters can stop me, Lin Tian, and save my partner? Lin Tian broke free of Halushi's handcuffs in an instant, and then easily shattered the chains that had locked him, releasing an extremely terrifying aura. Just the imposing manner has scared countless navies with weak willpower into a faint. You guy. Sengoku is also without fear, directly urging his own fruit ability, and instantly transforms into a big Buddha. The three navy generals are also fully urging their own fruit abilities. Everyone. Life and death. Kill Lin Tian. The Sengoku has unprecedented seriousness. Seeing that the marshal had already liberated his abilities, and everyone present was not concealed, everyone knew that the strength of Lin Tian, an enemy, was unprecedentedly terrifying. With the power of the three generals, it is difficult to defeat it, and everyone is extremely cautious and nervous. It's really interesting. Now we have assembled all the strengths of the Navy headquarters, and Shicibukai. This guy dared to mess around, really courageous, ha ha ha. Carp also covered the armed color with his fists, ready to fight. The justice of the Navy, but it is not allowed to be desecrated. Zephyr also covered the entire arm of the armed color, and Sengoku surrounded Lin Tianquan. Looking at Sengoku, Lin Tian smiled and said, Marshal of Sengoku, I suggest you think about it. Long-term effective. Stop talking nonsense. Let's fight. The Sengoku also launched an angrily attack on Lin Tian. Lin Tian was still motionless. He directly used the kaleidoscope's ability to write round eyes to blur, and a voice came in an instant. Boom. The palm of the big Buddha passed directly through Lin Tian and fell to the ground, raising a cloud of dust. Similar to space capabilities, Sengoku also shouted, everyone continues to attack him. Naturally, Lin Tian would not sit and wait for death, and a teleport appeared directly above Malin Ford. Overlord looked domineering. Lin directly released his domineering, and an extremely powerful domineering with physical damage instantly attacked everyone. The Sengoku also felt the power of Lin Tian's domineering, and tried his best to resist. Oh my god. The navy below the major general snapped a large swath. Even at the rank of lieutenant general, he couldn't move. The general also needs to do his best to move and speak slightly. This is his anger. We must do our best to resist. The Aokiji also reminded loudly. What a terrible overlord look and domineering. Sengoku it was shocked and desperate to resist. Even the cloak of justice began to be corroded by Lin Tian's domineering. Huh. Don't worry about thinking that you have a domineering look. The Sengoku shouted. Suddenly the momentum of the Sengoku became extremely amazing. I did not expect that Sengoku of the Navy Marshal also broke his own domineering. Unexpectedly, the Navy Marshal Sengoku also possessed that kind of overlord look, very interesting. Doflamingo also directly exploded his domineering look, and instantly resisted Lin Tian's domineering look. Two red lights burst out in an instant, clash of overlord colors. Only 1 in a million people is domineering. The three generals can only watch the domineering confrontation with the overlord. There is more flamenco in Sengoku. Lin Tian also looked at the two people with great interest. Suddenly a domineering look was also spewing out. Lin Tian naturally saw the female emperor. Of course, he chose to secretly leave sentiment with his subordinates. Marshal of Sengoku. My suggestion is still valid. I can catch with my hands, but the premise is that Robin must be released. Lin Tian still smiled and looked at Sengoku and said. Sengoku was also sweating profusely, and it was obvious that even if it were to fight Lin Tian with the overlord color, it was not easy. This guy. What on earth want to do? Sengoku also didn't understand Lin Tian's thoughts at all, but faintly felt that Lin Tian had a conspiracy, but he really couldn't figure it out. Seeing that most of the surrounding combat power was wiped out by Lin Tian in an instant, Sengoku was also a little panicked. The strength of this guy is really terrifying. He actually lost almost all the navies in combat by relying on his domineering look. Next, how to kill him. The heart of the war within the war was caught in entanglement. Sengoku. I'll ask where Robin is one last time, and you won't answer me again. I will destroy the Navy headquarters. Lin Tian finally put away his smile and looked at Sengoku. As the Marshal of Sengoku, he looked at Lin Tian's eyes. This guy. I'm not talking big, he should really have the power to destroy Malin Vander. Sengoku was also shocked. Is it true that Lin Tian destroyed the Navy headquarters for a Robin, but rationally told Sengoku that he absolutely couldn't admit it. Akainu, Yellow Ape, Aokiji, Kapu, Zephyr, and Shicibukai. Join me together. I don't believe Lin Tian can fight against two powers at the same time. The Sengoku also chose to go all out, and directly urged his domineering look and attacked Lin Tian at the same time. Immediately after Lin Tian's overlord look and domineering release time just ended, he also directly chose to blur to avoid the attack of the Sengoku. Go together. The Sengoku took the lead, and the 5 major naval forces attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian also became more brave as he fought, covering his arms and domineering, and fought fiercely with everyone. It's boring to always use blur. Let's have a punch to the flesh duel. Lin Tianbian fought with the highest end strength of the Navy. Seeing that the color arms in color are all domineering, Lin Tian has escaped countless thrilling attacks because of this. Spitfire, freezing time, kick at the speed of light. Iron Fist. Haha, is the Navy's highest end combat power like this? I'm so disappointed. Lin Tian sneered while dodging, but the masters were really not light. It's terrible. We have been played by him all the time. This guy didn't use his real strength at all. In any case, for justice, it must be left behind. Huang Ape, Aokiji, and Akainu also looked at Lin Tian and said cautiously. This guy. Sengoku also stared at Lin Tian. Lin Tian, this kid. How unfathomable strength. Overlord color is so terrifying. He also has the ability of similar space, and the ability of various devil fruits. Isn't his physical strength unlimited? Carp also analyzed a wave. Not only that, this guy seems to be able to foresee all our attacks. If you guess it right, it is likely to be domineering. His armed color is also extremely hard. There is almost no weakness. Zephyr looked at Lin Tian squarely as never before. Hey, don't you attack me, then it's my turn. Lin Tian suddenly made a move directly. Vientian Tianian. Lin Tian stretched out his hand in an instant, and the body of Sengoku turned into a huge Buddha statue, and even lost his balance and flew towards Lin Tian. Marshal. Frozen time capsule. The Aokiji also used long-distance moves directly to rescue the Sengoku. Lin Tian gave me a punch. Zephyr and Carp also attacked Lin Tian with 2 heavy punches. Lin Tian. Try my light speed kick again. Kizaru also kicked Lin Tian in an instant. As the surroundings were blocked by heavy attacks, Lin Tian also yelled, stretched out his hands, and shouted domineeringly, Shenluo Tianzheng. Once this Shenluo Tianzheng was used, a powerful repulsive force spread to the surroundings. The strong force instantly dissipated the surrounding attacks, and also flew the people who were preparing for melee combat directly, and easily cracked everyone's siege. He can control gravity and repulsion. Everyone be careful. Sengoku also summed up experience while attacking. All use far offense, continue to attack him. Sengoku seems to have discovered something and shouted to the surrounding high-level combat power. Everyone also discovered that they couldn't beat Lin Tian at all in close combat, so they also deliberately opened the distance. As expected of the Sengoku, really smart, Lin Tian also praised, but then said, "Look at how long you can continue to attack." Attack. With an order from Sengoku, all high-end combat power launched a long-range attack on Lin Tian. Meteor Volcano, Freezing Time, Bachichong Guyu, Fistbone. The high-end combat power has been endless, and launched an attack on Lin Tian. Lin Tian naturally chose to blur, and quietly watched the big moves of high-end combat power. However, after a while, everyone's high-end combat power is panting. Obviously there is no way to survive. Haha, I don't believe that your big moves can be used forever. Lin Tian still stood there intact. Although everyone was angry, they were helpless. My blur can be nearly 10. I don't believe that your big move can be played for 15 minutes. Lin Tian thought in his heart. Everyone's ultimatum is still constantly hitting, and in the end, the high-end combat power is really lacking in physical strength. Sengoku, we are almost out of strength. How is that guy Lin Tian? Zephyr asked. Carp and Zephyr only care about output, and Yanshin C can no longer see Lin Tian. I can't see where I know. The Sengoku also couldn't help but vomit. It should be dead. Attack like this, even if he has great abilities, he won't want to survive. Akina said confidently, I have a bad feeling. The Aokiji frowned and looked at the smoke-filled place. It's terrible. This guy has resisted our attack for nearly 10 minutes. We should run away if we haven't died yet. Kizaru was also breathing out of breath. Oh, who said I'm dead? The smoke and dust slowly dispersed, and a person came out of the smoke and dust. Who was that person? Was not Lin Tian. Seeing that Lin Tian walked out intact, all the 6 high-level naval forces were shocked. What? He unexpectedly. That's an attack and bombing for nearly 10 minutes. Even Kaido has to be seriously injured. This kid, he's safe and sound. The 6 great forces also took a deep breath. Lin Tian smiled again and looked at the 6 high-level combat powers and said, Everyone, your attacks can't hit me at all, but I can easily crush you. You should have no physical strength anymore. Now, I can kill you with one move. The balance of the sea will instantly collapse. The world will be trapped in anarchy, and for the time being it will not do me any good. Why don't I think about the deal I just made, and I will exchange myself for Robin to tell Robin's whereabouts. Forgive you not to die. What do you say? Even the hot-tempered Akadog, at this time, dare not speak anymore. After all, people have to bow their heads under the eaves, and all of them are out of breath. Although there is still the power of a battle, everyone knows Lin Tian's strength. He can't beat him in his heyday, and now he looks like a remnant defeated general. Maybe he had been defeated before, and the Sengoku finally chose a difficult concession. He knew that he had to compromise, otherwise the navy would be destroyed. Sengoku looked at Lin Tian and said, Nicole Robin is at Malin Vander, come with me. Marshal. Akainu yelled, Shut up, Akainu, do you want him to destroy our navy? Sengoku could only yell at the Akainu in embarrassment. Akainu is obviously very unwilling, but there is nothing he can do about it. My strength is still too weak. Even a general, it's too weak. The Akainu roared in his heart, Lin Tian, one day I will let you be punished by justice. Lin Tian turned his head and stared at the Akainu, and the Akainu immediately bowed his head in fright. Lin Tian's eyes were terrifying. Then Lin Tian and Sengoku walked into the Navy headquarters Marin Ford, leaving behind Shicibukai, who was watching the jokes. Hey it's really ironic. The Navy was defeated by the pirates. This guy's strength is really terrifying. What do you think? Doflamingo looked at the Empress next to him, and the Empress was completely unaware. Doflamingo just said to herself, That's natural. The man whom the concubine looks after, it is definitely not bad. Doflamingo's smile instantly solidified. What do you say that guy is your man? That's still my little brother. An eagle-eyed man was also summoned, with a black knife on his back. Unexpectedly, Yugai also has intersection with him. He is still the captain of my little brother. A blue-skinned whale shark man also said. It's such an interesting person. Doflamingo looked at Lin Tian, who was walking away, but he didn't know what he was thinking. You know him too? Doflamingo looked at the bear and asked.